Hello, Namaste, dear seekers in the divine. We are in the middle of this wonderful, beautiful, and most auspicious period, the period of Navaratri, the worship of the divine in the form of Mother as God, God as Mother. And during this period, the energy levels and the most appropriate period is this for worshipping and propitiating God as Mother. In India, she is worshipped as the Mother Goddess in various forms. And there is a whole scripture written about the glorification about God as Mother. In various parts of India, it is known as Devi Mahatmya, Durga Saptashati, Chandi Path, etc. And she is worshipped as the creator and the creation, as the dynamic aspect of that potentiality, the manifested part of that unmanifest. The kinetic energy in this cosmos, in this creation. And she helps the seeker to vanquish all negativities, because she is worshipped in 3 different forms. An individual has tendencies, and they are classified typically, as it were, as tamas, rajas, and sattva. Tamas, the tamasic aspect of those tendencies in the human, is generally the lazy, slothy, unprogressive, and the undivine aspects in a human. And those are manifested in the human in the form of anger, hatred, jealousy, avarice, greed, envy, etc., etc. These are the demons as described in those various scriptures, where she vanquishes all these demons. One by one, if you propitiate and worship her and weep, weep for her grace, requesting that these negativities be taken away, while at the same time you make an effort yourself to try and get rid of these, she will no doubt help in the vanquishing of these negativities. It has been described in the scriptures where she vanquishes all these demons called Shumba Nishumba. Mahishasura. That's why she's called Mahishasura Mardini, means the vanquisher of Mahishasura. The buffalo-headed demon who takes over all the negativities in the human. In the form of Durga, Mother Durga. After vanquishing all these negativities, she is propitiated in the first 3 days of the worship. During that period, she finds that all these have been slain, but the underlying demons within the mind of the human, the basis of which all the issues arise, his desire is still there. And that desire is so strong and so tough, it is very difficult to try and vanquish and get rid of it. Because the moment one desire is vanquished, another pops up. You vanquish one more desire, another pops up. Because the desire, when it is satisfied and when it is fulfilled, it leads to greed. And the consequence of the greed is more desire. When it is unfulfilled, the desire, it consequently leads to anger, hatred, jealousy, envy, etc. So whether the desire is satisfied or unsatisfied, it still leads to more and more issues and problems. Hence, to slay the demon of desire, she had to call upon the strength and invoke within herself the grace of Mother Kali. And she brings upon Mother Kali to vanquish all these desires. So Mother Kali is shown in a very ferocious and a very strong manner, ferocious, who comes in with a long tongue and kills the demon called Rakta Bij, as described as Rakta Bij. Rakta Bij means the blood, the seed of the blood. So whenever he's a multi-headed demon, as in the body as well, the desires are multi-pronged, multi-headed. The moment one head is slain of that one desire and a drop of blood falls on the ground, another desire arises. The moment another one is slain, a drop of blood falls on the ground, another head arises. So Rakta Bij is never slain, never killed, because every time one desire is vanquished, another desire props up. Fulfilled or unfulfilled desire. Either way, another one arises. So, Mother Kali, in her ferocious form, slays each head of Rakta Bij, and before the blood falls to the ground, to be able to bring up another form of desire, she scoops up that blood before it falls on the floor, on the ground, preventing a fresh desire from arising. That is the love, that is the grace, that is the benediction that she gives, Mother Kali. She appears to be ferocious, but she is the most benign, the most loving, and the most gracious. Because she slays all that is negative, prevents desires from arising. Because the root cause of desire is the ego. So the first 3 days, Mother Durga is worshipped as also Mother Kali. Then the next 3 days, the Mother as goddess and goddess as mother is worshipped in a creative form and a sustenance form as Mother Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi. And she sustains this universe, so she helps you prosper. There is a misbelief in many that Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth. Yes, wealth, but the misconception is that wealth means money. Wealth does not necessarily mean money only. Money is just one aspect of it, to live. But wealth is the wealth of prosperity. She bestows the wealth of prosperity. Wealth of money, wealth of food, wealth of strength, wealth of the intellect, wealth of grace, wealth of love, wealth of virtues. She offers a host of wealth of all these aspects within the individual to grow spiritually. And when we say the wealth of intellect, she gives the wealth of intellect to discriminate between the unreal and the real. Discriminate between good and bad, right and wrong, in the lower aspect of the human mind. And then when the mind rises up into the spiritual aspect, into the glory, then you discriminate and you discern between unreal and real. Ashtalakshmi she's called. Mahalakshmi. So she's propitiated in the next 3 days. So first 3 days is Mother Durga. The next 3 days is Mother Lakshmi. And the last 3 days, Mahasaraswati. The pristine beauty, the pristine love, the pristine pinnacle of graciousness, and the pristine pinnacle of the offering of grace to rise above this body of flesh and blood and realize your true nature. That's what she bestows. The cosmic love. To dive deep inside and realize the glory of your real nature. She gives you the intellect from a worldly perspective to become rich and in intellect and to learn the arts and the culture and the beauty of life in all the various aspects in the material world, and one prospers in that aspect. That is the apara vidya she offers. The material aspect of the world, the intellect, the wisdom, and the knowledge she bestows upon. That is apara vidya. And then she also offers para vidya. Para vidya is the wisdom beyond the material world, wisdom beyond the senses, the wisdom to realize one's true nature. She bestows one upon that. So on the 9th day, when she is propitiated, on the 10th day, there is liberation. Vijaya Dashami. Vijaya is victory. Dashami is the 10th. And there is liberation. Atma Sakshatkar. Self-realization. Maha Saraswati finally bestows one with that grace. Once that Atma Sakshatkar, self-realization is bestowed, then one goes deeper and deeper and deeper into the very depths and of the source from where these illusions have arisen of the ego and the I, and establishes in that. When that establishment takes place, it becomes self-abidance. From self-realization, it becomes self-abidance, because you abide in that. And self-absorption too. And then all there is conscious awareness. Because that reality, as that supreme conscious bliss, that absolute reality, functions through this manifestation. With the grace of that Supreme Mother. Let the grace of Divine Mother, let the grace of that Supreme Goddess be bestowed upon all seekers in the Divine, because that is your true nature. That is the only reason for this earthly body to have taken existence. To realize that all this is but that supreme awareness, Hari Om Tat Sat. May all seekers rise above this and be dissolved into that ocean of bliss, that Parabrahma Tattva, that principle of pure awareness.